every time I started a run, I finished it. It's been 3 years I'm running. I've never had a, so you have to just grind through those doubts and just push through it. And it will happen at a business school level. It'll have at a job level. It'll happen at a, entrepreneurial level. It'll happen every day in an entrepreneurial level. But you have to just grind through it. And really, there is no answer to that. I wish I could, because if there was an answer, please tell me about it, right?
Okay, I think aptly put, somebody's written a lovely quote here. If Thomas Edison had believed in failure, we would still be living in the dark. So you got to find your own light. One last question before we wrap up the session, and right for the gentleman in the front. I'm sorry, the guy with the glasses. But we will still be here after. So if you would like to have further questions, you can interact with us before we go for lunch. All right. Go ahead.
My question is on the investor front. So how do you draw the line of control, like from where he starts poaching into your working, and that because he's the one who's putting in all the money. So at the end of the day, if he says, I call the shots, you just can't deny if that money is too important. But you still want to keep that investor in, but at the door, and not let him walk in and control all the show.
Yeah, it was very clear to me from the start in the case of my investors, and people think I'm insane in that area too, because I have 60 investors. I mean, for a small company, I approached the question by saying, first of all, I have a vision, and I don't even know how I'm going to make it happen, other than a belief that I will make it happen. Now, I'm asking a guy to invest in me, a person who is going to want to know that their money is being well utilized. So they'll want to try and poke their nose in my day-to-day affairs, how I'm conducting. And I told them from the start, I'm going to take only small sums, and that's why the big number. If you take a big sum from one person, you end up, they own most of your company, and they're going to interfere a lot. By taking a bunch of small sums, you keep people away. They think of it. I said, think of it as a fun investment. You go and you want to make money. You want to worry about your stocks. Go and invest in big companies. But my company investment, it's fun. If you lose it, you shouldn't change your lifestyle. So put small amounts. Of course, the amounts are not really small. They're on the average from somewhere between 25 and 50 lakhs per investor. But I insisted that they all be angels. I said, I've got big-time VCs who run big funds worth $1 billion who've invested in my company. But I said, when you come to my company and invest, you put your VC hat outside the door and put your angel wings on and enter. So that's how I keep them at bay. You have any?
So choose the crowdfunding route. All right. Crowdfunding is probably better than having one single investor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, we're going to close this particular panel discussion. And at this point of time, I'd like to hand over back to your MC for the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Team Samriddhi and Go Institute of Management, I'd like to thank all of our panelists for sharing their valuable ideas and giving their views and inputs, and also possibly inspiring a few nervous entrepreneurs to follow their dreams and not stay back. Hopefully all of them come out unbroken. And also now, quickly, I'd like to call upon, before the ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. I would now like to call upon Samriddhi JCT to quickly give our panelists a memento as a token of our appreciation. Thank you so much. Please give a big round of applause to all of our panelists. Thank you. And everybody please be seated. Please remain seated. People at the back. Yeah. It gives me great pleasure finally to announce the entire Samriddhi on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. Thank you so much for your patience and for cooperating with us so far. We just have a couple of people we would like to thank for making Samriddhi 2015 a huge success. Firstly, we will thank our erstwhile director, Father Joe Arun, and our current director, Professor Ajit Parulekar. They have constantly been supporting us throughout our entire time of preparation for Samriddhi, the time of conceptualizing the theme, to the actual implementation of all our ideas. We'd like to thank the GM, Mr. Himmat, the PGP Chair, Mr. Neeraj Manani, our faculty advisors, Professor Cedric Surface, Professor Raj Amonkar, and Professor Padmanabhan, who have constantly been behind us, supporting us at every step of the way. We'd like to thank the entire faculty of Goa Institute of Management, as well as the support staff, in particular Mr. Danesh and Mr. Samir. We also thank the EcoClean staff for helping us maintain the auditorium. Let me make a special mention of all our sponsors for Samriddhi 2015, which includes Akron Waterfront Resort, Bizlery, eBay, Business Goa, Startup Goa, ICICI Direct 2019, and Digital Vidya. A lot of gratitude to all our speakers and the workshop organizers for coming here and conducting the workshops or speaking to us and imparting their words of wisdom. We'd like to extend our gratitude to the corporate relations and placement team of GIM, to the Student Advisory Council for all their support in helping us in these 2 days. Scopes, Sophia, ITA GIM, Hriday, and ESL. We'd like to thank these particular clubs for organizing the main events during Samriddhi. We also like to thank Rahul Sharma and Pallavi Zarapkar for marketing Conundrum, and Brain Vista and Rated Filmy for organizing Chak Review and the daily quizzes and the cinema advert competition. A special mention to Samarthan for helping us with our pre-event campaigns. A special mention to Sprockets and their volunteers for the photography, the videography, and the live streaming of this entire event. We'd like to thank the student PR cell for ensuring this event was covered by all the major media houses in Goa, and for also ensuring we had live social media coverage throughout the 2 days. We thank the Alumni Association for all their support rendered. We'd like to thank Kshitij and all the volunteers for helping us decorate this MPH, for staying up nights, and for putting in all the efforts to make this MPH look so good for the last 2 days. A special mention to all our volunteers across all the teams, the hospitality, speakers, logistics, transport, compares, events, and all those who helped us out in very little ways throughout the time we were preparing for this event. Thank you guys, this would have been possible without you. Finally, we'll thank the Health Club, I3, Prayas, and Razmadas for helping us in scheduling events. Okay, we'll thank the entire batch for your unbroken spirit. We apologize if at any point we were... Okay, let's thank the entire batch for your unbroken spirit for cooperating with us. At any time, if we were rude to you all or we offended you all, we are sorry for it. We didn't mean it as a heat of the moment. Thank you very much for making Summit 2015 a success.